Now, before we learn more about variables, let's see a few methods of how we can print variables in Golang. We've already learned how we can print strings in Golang using the println function of the FMT package. Let's see how we can print strings and multiple variables together. Starting with printing a string. So we'll be declaring a package main and the function main. Now, to print a string, we'll be using the print method of the FMT package. So to use it, we first need to import the FMT package. Now, we're going to simply write fmt.print and we're going to pass the string that we want to print. So in this case, we want to print hello world. When we run the program, we get our output. Let's see how we can print a variable using the same method by FMT package. That's fmt.print. So we'll simply declare and initialize a variable first. In this case, the name of the variable is city and it's initialized with the value Kolkata. So to print it, we simply pass the name of the variable to print method. If you run the program, you'll see the value of the variable being printed in the output. Let's see how we can print variable and string together. So to start with, we're going to declare and initialize two variables, name and user. Now to print them together, we are going to write a print statement using fmt.print method. So first we have a string called welcome to. Then we have a comma to add more to the string. Now we have added a name variable, again a comma, again a string. This string consists of comma and white space, again a comma to add more, and then finally a user variable. Let's see what we get when we run this program. So on running the program, we get an entire string. Welcome to Code Cloud Harry. Now the only problem with using print method is that it does not introduce a new line after printing. So if we declare two variables and print them one after the other, on running the program, we see that both of them are printed just next to each other. So a solution to this problem is the new line character. So the new line character, or backspace n, is used to create a new line and is placed within string expressions. So when inserted in a string, all the characters after the new line character are added to a new line. So we can say that essentially the occurrence of new line character indicates that the line has ended here and the remaining characters would be displayed in a new line. Let's use this in an example. So back to our example, we declare our two variables, and while printing them, we add the new line character after the name variable to basically introduce a new line between them. And when we run the program, we see that the string Harry was printed on a new line. One thing to note is how a string expression that consisted of backspace n did not actually print backspace n because it was interpreted as the new line character. However, we have another method in FMT package that makes the printing of new line process even more easier for us. It's called println. So now when you use println instead of print, we get this result. So if we simply use println instead of print, it's going to print the input and then it's going to introduce a new line. So notice how it didn't even use any new line character, but the second print statement still got printed on the new line. Now, as you may have noticed, that making up a statement using commas can be quite cumbersome. To our rescue, FMT package has a function called printf function that implements formatted input-output. Now, what is string formatting? So it is the process of inserting a custom string or variable in a predefined text. In Golang, we can use the printf function from FMT package to achieve this. So the function takes a template string that contains the text that needs to be formatted, plus some format specifiers that tell the FMT functions how to format the string, and the object arguments, which are the ones that you need to print in the output. So let's see some examples now. Before that, let's understand what are format specifiers. So format specifiers tell Golang how to format different kinds of data types. Let's learn about some of the most commonly used one. First one is simply V. V is used to format the value in a default format. Also note that format specifiers are always preceded by a percentage sign to specify that it's a format specifier and not just another character in the string expression. So let's use percentage %v in an example. So we're going to simply declare and initialize a string, and then we're going to print the value of the string within a statement. Notice how we've used percentage %v here. This gives us the result. Nice to see you here at Code Cloud. So the name variable over here has replaced the percentage %v in our format string. Let's see one more example. So over here we have the D format specifier. This is used to format decimal integers. Let's see an example again. So we're going to create a variable called grades, and we are going to use the printf method to print a string. When we run it, we get an output as such. So in this case, the grades variable has replaced the percentage %d format specifier in a string, and hence we get our output. Now let us use these format specifiers together. So we declare a string variable and an integer variable. And in a print statement here, the value of the name variable will replace the percentage %v format specifier. And the value of the I variable will replace the percentage %d format specifier. Notice how it's going to happen just in the order they are written in. So when we run the program, we get the statement that we want. So we get, hey Joe, you have scored 78 by 100 in physics. Now here are a few more commonly used format specifiers that we use in Golang. So we have percentage %v that's used to print the value in its default format. Capital T, it's used to print the data type of the value. D is used for integers. C is used for characters. Q is used to print a string in quotes. Then we have T, which is used to print a Boolean value, either true or false. And then we have F, which is used to print floating point numbers. Well, that's it for this lecture. We'll see you in the next one.